Hi, this is Wes from W Farmstead, and what we got going on today is we are getting a new 550 gallon diesel fuel tank, and it's going to be a skid type that goes on the ground, so it has an electric 12 volt electric pump on it. We did have a gravity feed. It's a 700 gallon gravity feed, but we had an issue with it, so we're getting ready to get this skid tank, and it should be delivered sometime this week. But what we're going to do on this one is I created a form. It's 36 inches wide on the internal by 72 inches long. Okay, and then I've got 3 pieces of rebar in there, but it's going to be almost close to 4 inches thick, 3.5 to 4 inches thick, and the tank's going to sit on this, and it angles backwards that way because I want the tank sitting so that the front's up a little bit where the fuel is being siphoned from, and the back is down just a little. There's I have a valve that's going to go on the bottom of the back of the tank that what it'll do, since it's leaned backwards, that way I can every so often go back there and I can drain some fuel. You hope it's fuel, but it'll probably be a little bit of water. So the water will be down at the bottom, and it'll be angled towards the back. So water and trash and stuff will kind of go towards the back of the tank. That way you can drain it out. So it does have a slight angle going back. So what we're doing now is we're getting ready to have a little bit of fun here. So we've got 80-pound bags of Sakrete, and then we've got our old trusty Harbor Freight. No, they don't sponsor us. Old trusty Harbor Freight mixer that we use maybe once a year, and it's worth the $169 many years ago when I got it. It's already paid for itself. So, but we're going to be mixing here, and then we're going to put it into a wheelbarrow, and I'm going to wheelbarrow it over there and put it in. So this doesn't need to be perfect. The framing, it's close, but it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. All that's sitting on it is a 550 gallon tank. We did get the tank from a company called wemac. They're in Kansas, and they were really great people to work with and everything else. And like I said, the problem is it took 5 weeks to get the tank. So they have that much of a back order on it. So the tank shipped out yesterday or tomorrow. It'll be shipping out. So sometime this week we should have the tank. And that's why I wanted to get this done. And it's kind of an overcast day today, which, tell you the truth, it's better than being out here in the sun, but it has been raining all day. So we're going to try and get this done and get this taken care of and get it dried in. But like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. That's not what we're striving for here. All I want to be sure is that it angles back just a little bit. Then once that's on there, then I'll go on ahead and take and put these concrete blocks that are over here under it too, so it has a little bit of height, so I'll be able to get something underneath that back valve, the valve on the back of the tank and stuff. So it's cheaper to use blocks and bring it up a little bit than it is to do a bunch of concrete, and easier on my back, put it that way. So okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go on ahead. I've got a bag and a half in here right now of this Sakrete. It's a high strength concrete mix. It's 4,000 psi concrete mix. So that should be plenty for that for that tank that's going to go in there. But need to get the hose on and everything else, and then start mixing, which I'm going to let Tanya mix while I'm wheelbarrowing and loading up the mixer for her and stuff like that. So I'm going to try a bag and a half at a time, and if it doesn't work that way, then I guess we'll mix more, and I'll do it a bag at a time, so it makes it easier on us. Okay, so we need to get to work. Okay, so we're going to go on ahead and get a little bit of water in here before we start it. Try not to breathe in that concrete dust. The way I always think, you can always add more. It's never good to add too much. So let's go on and see how this thing does. Yep. So this thing's kind of noisy. So you can look down in here and see it doesn't do too bad. That thing is noisy though. What I may need to do is stop it and get a shovel in there and kind of lift it out a little bit. Probably the best thing to do is, from what I remember, is while it's running, put it in there. There, it's doing a little bit better. You can see down in here. I'm going to stop it in a hurry though and kind of get a shovel underneath it. Well, I kind of shrunk a lot. I can probably do 2 bags. You know that? Look at that. All right. Let me get this shovel. See how this is doing. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. That looks a little bit better. So let's cut her on. Put in a little bit more water. There we go. See, what I did is change the angle of it. Brought it down a little bit. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, that's doing a lot better. Looks good. There we go. Boy, that thing is nice, isn't it? Otherwise, I'm mixing it right in here. Whew, man, it's a little bit warm. It's close. Look at that. I think it looks pretty good. So, all right. Tell them, yeah, we got some friends here.
We have baby vultures. We know vultures are, you might want to say this because you got the mic on.
What? Yeah, we know they're babies because, well, they were hatched in here. There's two of them. Happens to be one right there, and you can see the little fur or the feather, the like feathers on the back of its head, kind of like fuzz. But these two just watch whatever you do out here. Anything that you do out here, they're watching.
Whoever thought we had pet vultures?
Yeah, who would ever think you'd have pet vultures? But yeah, they're actually pretty cool. He pretty much knows that we aren't going to bother him. Okay. Whew. All right. So yeah, trying to get it so that it the heck is that? Need some over. I think it's going to take one more bag over this. I think it's going to take one more bag. It's about mixed, but I think one more bag is going to do it. And then we'll have to grab and put in the spots like along the edges, but oh, I'm trying. Well, y'all saw this. It's not perfect, but the job is done. You know, thank heavens. Now I need to go take a shower. But I got to clean up first, which we're not going to show you that. So everybody knows how to do that. So everybody probably knows how to do this too, but okay. So what we did is, if you look, we got the pad down. We just went around and just roughed it off. I didn't even run a float or anything on it. Didn't run a broom across it or anything else. We had it all level. And then what I did is I ran an edge trowel all the way around it. And then I ran an expansion joint trowel, you know, so that just in case it decides to crack, it'll crack down the expansion joint right there. I know a lot of people nowadays, what they do is they run it all smooth, the whole thing, and then they run a saw across it and do relief joints that way. You know, yeah, we don't have a saw or anything else, and you know what? It took me probably about 15 seconds to do that, which it's not even worth even messing with the saw to do that. So, but you can take a look and you can see it looks pretty good.
And that big W.
And then of course we got the W in there, and it's not in the center, but that's okay. It's a little bit to the right of center.
Well, you can flatten it out and I can do it again.
Nah, that's okay.
That gives it character.
It's gonna be covered up. Yeah, it gives it character. It's gonna be covered up by a tank anyways, once the tank gets in there. But you know what? For amateurs, didn't do too bad. It's been a long time since I've done concrete. I've done it at jobs where I've worked. You know, I've had to do something like this in a hurry, just something small. But I've never really done it by myself. Always had somebody who knew what the heck they were doing. Yeah, and I sure as heck don't know what the heck I'm doing. So we winged it pretty good, and it looks good to me. You know, doesn't need to be perfect, and it's perfect enough for me, put it that way. So, alrighty, well, y'all take care. Have a good one.